and light, everyone. My name is Reverend Dixon, healing minister, Reiki master, holistic health practitioner, chakra therapist, all that good stuff. I've been in practice for over 8 years, and I'm here to talk to you today about the healing arts. The healing arts are much more than a way to help remove blockages, pains, ailments, all that good stuff. It's a way for you to develop a common connection with Source. It's a way for you to break the mold of your current way of thinking or doing. And it's really a way for you to learn how to grow and expand from within. The healing arts are not only a way to transcend yourself, but it's a way of transcending your way of thinking, your way of doing, and your way of being. It's a way to grow from within. It's a way to conjure up all of that good love and light energy and really just learn how to share it with every single person out there. To grasp at the essence of Source and to become one with all. To me, the healing arts are a way to shape who you are as an individual, what you are at the core, and where you're going in life in a positive and uplifting way that can be of benefit to your friends and your family as well. A common question that I ask a lot of students, first off, right off the bat, is why do you want to learn the healing arts? Why? The common answer a lot of people give is to just heal themselves and others, which is all great. But I challenge you to add something to this answer. To seek a relationship with Source. And no, I'm not talking about God, I'm talking about Source, universal life energy. But I'll get back to that. When I speak of Source, I refer to the sole entity entirely responsible for the creation of all. Because it is all. Well, all that we know anyway. Source has many emanations which could easily be referred to by a lot of different names and characters. How you choose to refer to this source of love and light energy is completely up to you and your personal set of beliefs. I'm not here to challenge that. The goal is not to make a believer out of you. The goal is to try to grant this matter a lot more depth than what people previously thought was existed on a lot of different levels. The source of creation is the prime emanation for healing. After all, source is simply what it is, and it will always be what it is. So I pose a question to you at first as a means to understand. Why do you want to learn the healing arts? Why do you want to learn the healing arts? Not why everyone else wants to learn the healing arts. That's not my goal. My goal is to figure out why you, yourself, want to learn the healing arts. Not to confuse people by simply curtailing the original answers, but I want to help them understand their answers a lot more in depth. What I found is that these answers all seem to point to one singular thing: the pursuit of something greater than themselves that they feel called to answer to. In my honest opinion, this is where every student in any form of healing needs to place their focus, especially when it comes to healing. A power greater than yourself is a very marvelous thing. I mean, let's just take a look at that from another perspective. You have you, you have your friends, you have your family, you have everyone on the outside of you, and then you have everything that's on the inside of you. And then if you look inside with a microscope, you'll find a cell. And within that cell is an entire universe that's completely different than anything you've ever seen before. That's the wonder of this particular facet of existence that we live in. Now, the simple utterance of such a concept could be a little hard to grasp, Uh, but let it sink in for a minute. When we learn how to heal others, we also recognize and acknowledge ourselves as being in need of healing the most. We accept that we need healing the most. I, as a healer, need healing more than the average Joe, simply because I'm on that path. Why else would I be on that path? Why else would I choose to acknowledge the healing arts as a facet of life? Why else would I take myself out of my happy little existence and change every single thing about myself to try to better myself, to try to improve my ki, my chi, my aura, my strength spiritually, if I wasn't seeking something else within? If I wasn't trying to really dig deep and grab a hold of every single facet of my life that may not necessarily be in perfect alignment with my goals? A power greater than yourself. Now, I'm not talking about God, so to speak. I'm not even talking about a deity, so to speak. I'm talking about universal life energy. So let's start there. What is universal life energy? Universal life energy is the aspect and essence that is all. In essence, and I use that word a lot, is source. So why fight it? Why try to trick or troll or dissuade yourself from any other way of thinking aside from that? Now, once again, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm simply making a point. And after I've made that point, I'll move on. We understand how healing works, and thus recognize issues and complaints that can be healed at their core. We're able to look inside of ourselves, inside of others, pull out all of this great information, and really just learn how to adapt to it in the best way possible for ourselves and for others. This, in essence, is a very marvelous, marvelous thing. But let's go deeper. Not just superficially as a blanket, but as a whole. Another aspect, because why not? Energy. The end, a plane of thought known only to some as the realm in which there is no more. A place of being that consists of a checkered flag, a handshake, and you guessed it, even more. How can you seek an end without realizing that there will be more? You transcend it. You allow for your mind and your body and your spirit to become more. You train and discipline yourself to understand that no matter what happens to the body, the mind will continue in consciousness. It will continue to flow through the spirit. This is the core matter of energy. See, the understanding that we can't stop is something that kind of perplexes people. That we can't simply be without understanding deeper within our cores that it's necessary for continuity beyond all bounds and planes of existence. This is normally when the inner fire kicks up, begins to bellow, preparing our balloon in an lifestyle that is full of, well, a bit of hot air and motivation. And there's nothing wrong with that. The motivation comes from within, the inner chamber of thought that allows for you to be at your highest potential at all times. Sometimes it takes a bit more than what we think we have. Sometimes it takes a bit more confidence than what we think we have. Sometimes it takes that drive, that essence, that spirit to become at peace with yourself enough to really learn how to turn it up a notch and go forward with your life. Sometimes it feels impossible, and we as individuals have to seek solace within the whole of existence to continue. Of course, again, I speak of Source. As beings of Source, we can do much, much more than what we allow ourselves to feel and think. After all, we're all essences of the universe. We're already connected to the One. Already. It's just a matter of acknowledging and accepting it. This can come in the form of a meditation. It can come in the form of a fancy YouTube video. It can come in the form of quote unquote being woke, or it can just happen. You can simply allow it to happen right now. This isn't to discourage the attunement. This is to more or less point you in the direction that I feel everyone needs to begin to go. This is because we know deep within this reality of thought, this realm of thought, that we are. We simply are and will continue to be for as long as our essence, as our energy continues to flow. And as you know, energy cannot be broken down or destroyed. It can only be altered or transformed. That our powers are limitless and our conscious must live on. It must live on. Now, I'm not here to give you simple plays of facts and figures. You can do that on your own. You can do your own research. These are for people who can't transcend their own realities and realize how much more we really are, who aren't necessarily able yet to tap into their core essence, their understanding of the Akash. Without this simple guiding line fueling our cores, we're indeed at an end of progress. We're stuck. We cherish, embellish, and revel in all things that could potentially grant us this feeling of living without looking first and foremost within. This is secondarily thinking that we are allowed to blossom into a plane of thought that we can only express as a potential, not as a facet of reality, not as our own core growing and expanding all throughout existence, always and forever.